Myself Heli Mehta, working as an assistant professor in computer engineering department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is database management system. Our unit is 8, that is database security. Now, first of all, what is database security? First is data security. So data security is the protection of data from unauthorized user. So we have a huge database, and in this database we have a multiple data. Okay, so security of data is must required. Okay, so we have to protect our data from the unauthorized user. Only the authorized user are allowed to access the data, so data security can be maintained. Most of the users are allowed to access a part of database. As I have explained earlier lectures, that some part of database are access to users. Okay, the data that is related to them or related to their department. Okay, so we have a huge database, but some part of the database are access to users. Mostly the DBA, that is database administrator or head of department, can access all the data in the database. Okay, so there are authorized person who can access the whole database. Okay, and the users can access only some part of the database. Some users may be permitted only to retrieve the data, whereas others are allowed to retrieve as well as update the data. Okay, so some users can retrieve the data. We have a huge database. In this database we store the data. Okay, so some users give permission to retrieve the data only, and they cannot update the database, and some users are retrieve the data as well as they update the database. Data security is making sure that only the people who should have access to the data are the only one who can access the data. Okay, so data security makes sure that the authorized person can access the data. The data security avoids from unauthorized access of the data. So the users who cannot give permission to access the data should not access the data from the database. That is, the data security avoids from unauthorized access of the data. Data security is implemented through user account, that we use passwords. Okay, so data security is implemented through passwords. Database security refers to the collective measures used to protect and secure a database or database management software from illegal user, malicious threats and attack. Okay, so data security is used to protect and secure our database and database management software. It is a broad term that includes a multitude of process, tools and methodologies that ensure security within a database environment. So many processes, tools and methodologies are used to secure the database. The database security covers and enforces security on all aspects and component of the database. That includes data stored in the database. So data are stored in the database, they must be secure. Database server must be secure. Okay, database management system must be secure. Other database workflow applications, so the applications uses the database must be provide security. That is the database security. The database security is generally planned, implemented and maintained by a database administrator. So database administrator is the most authorized person who can plan, implement and maintain the database. Okay, and other information related to the database. Data security. Some of the way database security is analyzed and implemented includes restricting unauthorized access and use by implementing strong and multi-factor access and data management control. Okay, so data must be controlled. Okay, so we provide authorization to some users. So unauthorized person cannot access the data. So we have to restrict the unauthorized access. Load and stress testing and capacity testing of the database to ensure it does not crash in a distributed denial of service attack or user overload. Sometimes database may be overloaded. Okay, so at the time of load stress testing, capacity testing of the database, we have to ensure that database must not be crashed. Okay, if database crash, then we cannot get our data easily. Okay, so we have to make sure that database should not be crashed. Okay, physical security of the database server and backup equipment from thief and natural disaster. So we have to protect our database from database and database server and its backup from the thief and the natural disaster. Okay, reviewing existing system for any known and unknown vulnerabilities and defining and implementing a roadmap plan to mitigate them. Okay, we have to review our existing system frequently so we can get the problem in the database. So database security is the most important in database. Okay, database security refers to the various measures organizations take to ensure their database are protected from internal and external threats. Okay, so database are protected from internal side and external side also. Database security includes protecting the database itself, the data it contains, its database management system, and the various applications that access it. Okay, database security includes the protecting database itself. Okay, so database provide the security access. Organization must secure databases from deliberate attacks such as cyber security threats as well as misuse of the data and database from those who can access them. So we have to make secure our database from the attacks and cyber security threats. Okay, so it is the most important part for database security. Next is data integrity. So what do you mean by data integrity? The data integrity deals with the validity of the data. Okay, so whatever the data we are stored in the database must be valid. Okay, data integrity is making sure that the data is correct and not corrupt. Our data must be correct. Okay, and data should not be corrupted. Okay, so this is known as the data integrity. Data integrity avoids from human errors when data is entered. So when we are inserting data in the database, it is must required that it should not create human errors. Okay, so data integrity avoids from the human errors when data is entered. So meaning of data integrity means data must be correct. Okay, data integrity is implemented through constraints such as primary key, foreign key, check constraints. These all constraints I have explained in earlier lecture. So data integrity is implemented through constraints like primary key, foreign key, and check constraints. Integrity constraints provide a means of ensuring that changes made to the database by authorized user. Remember, these changes are made in database by authorized users only. Okay, do not result in the loss of data consistency. Okay, whenever database is changing, we are updating database, data must not be lost. Okay, thus integrity constraint is a guard against the accidental damage to the database. So data integrity means simple, data must be correct. Okay, so data integrity is implemented using primary key, foreign key, and check constraint. And whenever we are changing our data, we are updating our database. Okay, the data must not be lost. Okay, that is the data integrity. Next is authentication. Okay, authentication, it is a process of validating a user on the credentials. We are using for that username and password. Okay, all are use this concept, username and password. Okay, login onto a PC or some website or application with username and password is the authentication. Okay, we are using Gmail, Facebook. Okay, so we are using username and password always. Okay, so username and password is the authentication. It is the process of verifying who you are. Okay, so it verifies who you are. Okay, you are a correct user or not, you are authorized person or not, using your username and password. Okay, it is providing integrity control and security to the data. So again here concept is integrity is come in the picture. So integrity means data must be correct and not correct. Okay, so your username and password must be correct. Okay, and it provides security to the data. Authentication is the process of confirming that a user logs in only accordance with the right to the perform the activity he is authorized to perform. Okay, we are using our Gmail. Okay, so our username and password is authentication, and using this they are finding that the activity is performed is from authorized person. Okay, the user authentication can be performed at operating system level or database level itself. Okay, by using authentication tools for biometrics such as retina and fingerprints are in use to keep the database from hackers or malicious use. Okay, from authentication we can use our retina identification. Somewhere we they are using fingerprint recognition. Okay, so biometrics are also used for authentication. Okay, so when we want to use our database and to provide the security from hackers and malicious users, we can also use the biometrics such as retina identification, fingerprint identification. Okay, so this is the concept of authentication where it verifies who you are. Okay, next is authentication. It is the process of verifying whether access is allowed or not. Okay, so if we are accessing something, okay, then they verify that we are authorized user or unauthorized user. Accessing a file or data from the hard disk or some database is authorization. Okay, it is the process of verifying what you are authorized to do or not to do. Okay, so, suppose we are using some database. Okay, and we are providing the authority of retrieval of data only, then we cannot update the database. Okay, so at that time the process is verifying that we are authorized to do it or not. Okay, if we are authorized to do retrieval of data only, then we can retrieve data only, we cannot update the data. Okay, and we are we if they provide the uh, if they provide the authorization to do retrieval of data and update the data, then we can perform both procedure. It is protecting the data to ensure privacy and access control of the data. So it ensures the privacy and access control of the data on the database. Okay, so this is the process of authorization, and it verifies that we are authorized to do this or not. What is data encryption? So encryption is a security method in which information is encoded in such a way that the only authorized user can read or understand the data. Okay, so encryption is the process in which we are transfer our original data into another form. Okay, so only authorized person can read or understand it. We will understand that using diagram. It uses an encryption algorithm to generate ciphertext that can only be read if decrypted. Okay, data encryption is the process of encoding or translating a message or information in such a way that only authorized person can access it and those who are not authorized cannot. Okay, so simply authorized person can access the data and unauthorized person cannot access the data. So in encryption, it is the process of translating plain text, okay, or plain text data into something that appear to be meaningless, that is cipher text. Okay, decryption is the process of converting cipher text back to the plain text. Okay, so in encryption we have two procedures, that is encryption and decryption. So encryption is the process of converting plain text into ciphertext, and it is performed at the sender side, and at the receiver side we are performing decryption, that is the process of converting ciphertext into the plain text. Now see in the diagram, see here in diagram we have a sender and receiver. Okay, so here we have a sender and here we have a receiver. Okay, data is sent from sender to receiver. Okay, data is sending from sender to receiver. Okay, here data is in an encrypted form so that unauthorized person cannot access the data. See here, data is in encrypted form, so unauthorized user cannot access the data. See here, here sender is sending the original data, that is hi. Okay, so hi is our data and this is known as plain text. Okay, now we encrypt the plain text in the ciphertext using key. Okay, so plain text is converted into ciphertext. This process is known as encryption, and to convert plain text to ciphertext we are using key. Okay, now for example, our key is 3. Okay, so H is converted into K. Okay, for I, J, K, third alphabet after original alphabet. So after H, third alphabet is K. So it is converted into K. Same, I is converted into L. After L, J, K, L. So third alphabet after original alphabet. So using key, we convert high into KL. Okay. Now KL is known as ciphertext, and this ciphertext is sent to the receiver side. Okay. At receiver side, reverse procedure is performed. That is, ciphertext is converted into plain text. Okay, this process is known as decryption. Okay, now key is known to sender and receiver both. Okay, so we are using here key. This key is used over here. Okay, and using the reverse procedure, ciphertext is converted into plain text. Okay, so K is again converted into H, and L is again converted into I. Okay, so receiver receives the correct data. Okay, this process is known as encryption process. So unauthorized person don't know the key, so that they cannot access the data in between. Okay, this process is known as data encryption. Okay. Now there are two types of encryption, that is symmetric key encryption. It is also known as private key encryption, and second is asymmetric key encryption, that is public key encryption. Okay. Now in symmetric key encryption, encryption and decryption key are same. Okay. As I explained over here, we are using key 3. So at sender and receiver we use same key. Okay. So this is known as symmetric key encryption. The same key is used by sender to encrypt the data, and again by the receiver to decrypt the data. So same key is used. Symmetric key encryption is a fast in the execution. Okay. Now in asymmetric key encryption, encryption and decryption key are different. Okay. It is also known as public key and private key. Simply encryption is done using another key, and decryption is done using another key. Messages are encrypted by sender with one key, that is known as public key, and can be decrypted by receiver only by the other key, that is known as private key. Okay. Asymmetric key encryption is slow in the execution, as here we have to perform so much high computation to convert encrypted data into decrypted data. Okay, so this is the two types of encryption, that is symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption. So this is the concept of security. Okay, so for security we are using authentication, authorization and encryption. Thank you.